that longing, right, as opposed to it being a materialistic thing, channel it to the divine. There's something that happens to you when you give yourself that reimagination, like to say, this is who I am. And I'm going to give an example. When I left my parents' house and I went to the university, very young, most of my mates were older than, I was. And I was not with my parents or anything. This was a different country. But I said to myself, I would never smoke. You will never find me in certain places. And then I used to say to myself, because I don't know if I'll become famous or if I'll become a governor one day. I don't want them to go search, But as childish as that was, where I would tell people, take my autograph because you don't know where you find me, there was a sense of, this is who I am. You're not going to find me. I don't want a picture of me drinking, smoking somewhere. And I kept to it till, throughout uni. So I think there's a sort of confidence when you reimagine yourself to the best version of yourself and you do that.
So this is very nice example. It means, in other way, you are saying you are yourself a brand.
I branded sort of.
So Nike is not the brand which defines you.
Yes.
You are yourself a brand. You can wear a very cheap variety also and it will look very good because you are a brand in your own way. And billionaires all over the world, some commonality if you find, they may have 4 jeans and they wear very simple things. Why? They feel we are ourselves a brand. Why we should endorse any brand?
Well, so also that's not to say that you can't evolve or can't reimagine yourself. It's just to say at each time, who are you? Who do you want to be, and do you know
who you want to be? So one of the video I saw of a hero in India, they asked, would you like to eat this sweet? So that guy said, no, I don't eat. I'm not. He said, I will pay you 500,000 naira, equivalent I'm saying. He said, no. He said, 1 million. No. 10 million. No. 1 billion. He said, no. Then he said 2 billion. He said, do you have any other figure? Because he was keeping waiting. Yeah. Some big figure, maybe a 2 trillion or 10 trillion. He said, do you have? The presenter didn't give any figure. He said, why? He said, I have left 25 years back. It is a discipline and it is a no means no.
Discipline. Very important. Okay, so let's go back. We're still talking about lust. Let the love be in piety. Should be the lust of longing. The penury of the rich is the privity of purity. Cause for the deprivation of peace and joy.
I will also address it. Let the love be in piety means let there be love towards the God, to the divinity. Devote yourself. That is what he is saying. Let it be. Let it should be the lust of longing. So you are longing for something. You are longing for material. You are longing for even partner. Or you are longing. Any kind of longing means you are not living in present.
Oh, no. I understand, but I don't remember a moment. I think what I got is that longing, right? As opposed to it being a materialistic thing, channel it to the divine.
Divine.
To spirituality. You should always long to connect, with God. So that lust, that long, that hunger, there's somewhere in the Bible that says you should hunger and thirst for more. Like that, you should seek, be lost there, in the spiritual world as opposed to
very good.
A materialistic world. I think I messed up that Bible verse.
No, you have said very nicely. This is exactly the thing. Be lost in the divinity and go towards that, the love aspect, not towards the lust.
I think
and its longings.
The right word, the right Bible verse I was talking about, although I'm paraphrasing, is when those that hunger and thirst for more will find me. So if you seek God, you find God. And just to pivot out of the topic a bit, a lot of Christians, a lot of people who want to actually have an intimate relationship with God, they ask the questions, oh, how do I know God? Like, how can you see God? Can you touch God? How do I know God? And I think that the best way to do that is to have a desire first. Have a desire.
Wow.
Once you have that desire, you keep seeking, you keep finding different dimensions of God.
It is correct, but it has to be added with one or two aspects. If you see, one is introspection. You want to grow, you want to go towards God, but you have to introspect where you are now, what kind of thoughts you are getting now,
yes,
and what will take you to the divine aspect.
Yeah.
Secondly, you have to try a means which is beyond thoughts, because thoughts are created by mind and God has created all of us. So how will you know that divine element? Little bit a practice towards breathing exercise. Calm your mind first. That will give the opportunity for divine elevation.
Most people find that they're calmer, they connect more to God when they take time during the early hours of the day. No noise, you know, humanity is still asleep. They take time to connect, to read the Bible, without distraction, early hours of the day.
Early hours of the day is very good. That is, in our scriptures we call it as Brahma Muhurta. Brahma Muhurta are in two times. 45 minutes before the sunrise and 45 minutes after the sunset. There is a very good meeting time when the moon is going to set and the sun is going to rise. That meeting time is a divine phase when you can see all the birds, animals also making movement. That is also the time when the ozone level in the earth is maximum. Noise, pollution is also minimum. So this helps you to elevate. And it's a very good time for learning the spiritual aspect.
If the mind is being colluded with pollution of the dement lust, both illusion and delusions must consequently be imaginary. An image of life is just and rust.
So if the mind is being colluded with pollution of the dement lust, dement means irrational lust. My life will be successful if I get to board on a plane. That is called success, because I saw in the YouTube. So that is not success. Define success clearly. Don't have irrational thoughts. Oh, my success will be when I visit Singapore or Rio de Janeiro. That is not success.
I think that it is very important not to attach self-worth to activities or desires, because you find a lot of people, especially this generation, the Gen Z, is because of what we see on TV. People are famous, people are rich, you think that is success. So you need to define what success means for you. Is it that success for you is to say, I am a joyful person, I am at peace, I am happy? Because you find that you may get that money, you may get that fame, and there's still a longing for something.
So exactly. So that's why he is writing both illusion and delusion must be imaginary. An image of life is just and rust. Means when you deteriorate taking that journey. Imagine, I will say, when I will marry, I will first come down from a helicopter, and then there will be a blast of fireworks, and then my mate will also be like swinging from the air. And then we will put a garland to each other, and the people will be in this code, and they will throw the champagne around. So what is this? This is an illusion, delusion. Imagine you could do it. You did it. But you sold your house, you took loans, where you are. Then he says the image of the life is just and rust. Means now you have taken all those actions because of an illusion. Be ready for the deterioration and decay that will happen. Already you have lost the game because you have taken a big loan and all the interest. The reality will follow after the helicopter and the swinging part. The reality will come every day that you have to pay the interest, and you took a loan of 100 naira, finally it became 200, 250 to repay. You could have saved yourself from that illusion and instead bought a house, did a right investment, which could have served your generations together. And because of additional stress, that stress will show up in the relationship also. And then the guy will say, no, I thought he is very humble and polite, but all the time he looks disturbed. He looks disturbed because of the illusion of that swing and helicopter.
I think just to explain it very well so people can follow, you gave an example to say probably you have an illusion of an elaborate wedding or life or something, to the point that you harm yourself, in the sense that you take loans with interest, forgetting that there is a life after.
Yes.
It's saying, do not be lost in that world.
Yes.
You can be practical.
And what are the ways of practicality? So there are millions and zillions of ways of practicality. You had 5 friends also wanting to marry, 5 marriages together. You have saved the cost in a very big way. You have saved on food, you have saved on chairs, you have saved on the priest, you have saved on transportation. Will all the savings not cherish you for your life going forward? Yes.
Live leisurely, move pleasurely by avoiding the slush of wish and the lure of lust.
So live leisurely.
Live happily.
Be happy, move pleasurely. Whatever you can afford, okay, save for the rainy days. Enjoy also, no problem. But avoid the slush of wish. Slush means unrealistic wish. If my TV is 100 inch, then only I will buy TV. So what will happen? I don't know. Why? In 32 inch you can't see? My simple question. You can see. I now have started playing lawn tennis. Rackets are very expensive. But when I asked the coach how much, he said I bought it in 4,000. Very good branded, very good strength. Instead of putting 300,000, you can buy 4,000 also. You have to serve the purpose. It's a good quality.
I think that the most important take is back to what you said. Know yourself, right? Define who you want to be, and let that be the way you take on life forward. If you tell yourself, I want to be somebody who is kind people speak kindly. If you tell yourself, I want to be an author, authors write. They don't just wish, they actually put the work, they write. If you tell yourself, I want to be healthy, I want to lose weight, eat right. Define, actually put a name to what you want to be and define yourself.
Define yourself, and also you can have role models. But go beyond the superficial role model style. Like, you saw in the movie Rambo and how Sylvester Stallone was there. Or he took a cigar, how... That's not the truth. If you see, he's working 16 hours, very hard, sweating. At one point, he didn't have food to eat.
Yeah, so a lot of people, and back to this generation, a lot of us, we want to be successful. You see a young girl, I want to be Oprah, I want to be Beyonce. You want to compare your journey with somebody else's journey, but you don't want to do the work.
Correct.
What got them to that?
So you may like to have an Oprah here.
So love everything.
But
love Oprah's hard work,
yes.
Oprah's dedication, Oprah's journey, not just the result. We're so result orientated that we don't focus on the process. Love process, not results.
Very good.
You'll be very proud. Okay, so we're going to move on to luxury. Neither lure with luxury nor ensure to penury.
So I think this is very important.
It goes, it's a whole.
Neither lure with luxury. So don't attach yourself to luxuries. Imagine I offer you to a big chair. Then you will say, I am now used to the chair. So what you will do? You will carry the chair in your car everywhere. Because somewhere there may be a plastic chair and say, oh,
I can't sit.
I can't sit on a plastic chair, boss. Or in a garden, it's a straight. Oh, no, I am not happy. So carry your chair then. So don't do that. Don't lure yourself that, imagine you are going always in the business class. Now you are in economy. What's the problem? Chair is there, belt is there. Food also serves. But you spoil your mind by conditioning yourself to these luxuries. But the other extreme also is writing, nor insure to penury, means extreme poverty. It doesn't mean you don't have to do work, you don't have to get the basic facilities of life. Ensure by working hard that you have the right facilities which gives you comfort and to the family.
But do not be attached to those things.
That's the thing. Imagine you are attached to your pillow. Now where will you get pillow when you travel? Some people carry their pillows also. You may see the baggage is big. Half of it is covered by the pillow. Because pillow, without that they can't sleep. They don't get sleep. Understand who you are and try to connect naturally. If you can only go to the malls and stores, then you have conditioned your mind and life to a different world. Why can't you buy from the street also?
If we walk towards abiding by these principles, it gives us an enriched life because you then have empathy for people.
Yes.
You know, you see people for who they are. You know, if someone is poor and you're rich, that doesn't mean that you can't empathize with them. That doesn't mean that you can understand them because you're not attached to your wealth and to your riches. No, you're a human being first, you know, not any of those, you know.
Like, I will give you a real example. 3 days back only, I wanted to buy a racket. Now, original racket is a big pain. So I thought that, okay, I will buy from Dubai. But when I explored, there was a lady who was selling that same racket. Now there are 2 options. One is to go to Dubai in a mall and buy. The other is buy there. I don't know why I bought from her. Because I thought, how will she do business? If everyone thinks this way, how will she sell rackets? Connection with the people is very important. And not conditioning oneself that, okay, I will do this way only.
I like the next line. It says luxuriance is laudable. Right? It's when you see people on TV, when you see people in malls, you know, because it's laudable, right? But it's also fraudulent.
Yes. So what he says,
they may be happy, and you'll be surprised 2 days later. This is not a general case, but we've seen cases where you see people world class, you know, they're famous, and then you find out that they've committed suicide and they're dead. It is fraudulent.
There is a very big problem, especially I would say in the movie world or the episode world, where sometimes, because plus and minus happens in life. Sometimes you are on a higher curve, sometimes you are in a lower curve. When they are in a lower curve, they say, I have to be in business class, though I don't have the money. That is the way I have conditioned myself. That is how the star moves. Well, you are not the star now. You are still again back to the striving level. But they do not adjust, and that suffocates them from the basic ingredient for growth.
It's very important that I bring back that point, because some people may watch this and say, oh, so are you saying that you don't want a good life? We're not saying that.
No.
Like what the author said, we're not saying that you should not desire wealth, or you should not. We're just saying don't be a slave to those things.
Very good.
It says relinquish the wish of luxury, acquire the eternal bliss. That's the true wealth.
That's the true. That finally when you get wealth or anything that is external, it is momentary. Imagine your salary has doubled. You'll be excited one day, one night. After that,
next day, you need more.
You say, boss, this is not enough.
Yeah.
Everyone is getting this now. This is the difference between temporary and permanent. So once you go to inside and see the divine world, that is where the eternal happiness comes. And that happiness stays irrespective of circumstances.
And you're also in a better position to maintain these things.
Yes.
When you're happy, when you're calm, when you don't make irrational decisions, you can actually maintain the wealth.
Not only you can maintain, the whole purpose is how you will take difficulties. So a person takes difficulties and says, I am suffering with the difficulty. But a person who is having divine perspective will say, wow, it's a beautiful opportunity. So he doesn't suffer. He converts the difficulty into opportunity. Are you getting? So imagine, I'll give you a real scenario. My car has gone down. I can't use the car, but I have to go tomorrow. What I see? Am I frustrated, sweating? Am I doing 10 calls to repair my car? No. I have a beautiful opportunity to connect with another person and request him because we have a bond. That can we go together? It will be fun to go together. So instead of the difficulty and getting bogged down by the difficulty, you are looking also at opportunity.
So we should be looking at the bright side.
Yes.
Of everything.
And creative ways, innovative ways that your world is not over with this difficulty. You can go over it and nobody can stop you from achieving your objective. So don't get bogged by a thing that, okay, I can't read a particular subject, I'm not getting good marks, it's a finished world for you. No. You have opportunities. If you change your perspective of thinking, that difficulty can become an opportunity.
I think we've had a fantastic, episode. I think it's important. We said that it's important that you know yourself. You just talked about recognizing opportunities. You're not disadvantaged. You just may need a different perspective into whatever situation that you find yourself. So, to our viewers, you should take this. Our show is very practical. The idea is for you to be a transformed person, and the best way to do that is when you actually define yourself and do these things in practical. So it's been an amazing episode. We can't wait to see you on the next episode. Remember to like, to share, to engage, and if you're yet to subscribe, please do so. Thank you.